The soft hum of the baby monitor had always brought a strange comfort, like a lullaby for grown-ups, a quiet assurance that our daughter was safe, that the world outside her nursery was still. But that night, it whispered something else, something darker. It was just past midnight, on a rainy Tuesday, in our small Ohio suburb. The streets outside were slick with rain, and our 6-month-old daughter, Lily, had finally fallen asleep after an hour of rocking and gentle shushing. I was alone in the living room, the glow of the monitor screen casting faint shadows on the wall, reviewing the previous night's footage, something I'd started doing out of new dad paranoia. The monitor was one of those high-end smart devices, motion sensors, audio recording, cloud storage. I bought it to protect Lily, to give me peace when I worked the graveyard shift at the warehouse. It never crossed my mind that it would become the lens through which my entire life unraveled. As I tapped through the saved clips, a thumbnail caught my eye. A motion alert from the nursery, log around 8:43 p.m. The night before, shortly after I had kissed Lena goodbye and left for work. Curious, I hit play. The screen lit up with a soft, grainy view of Lily's crib bathed in the dim glow of her nightlight. But it wasn't Lily that made my chest tighten. It was the sight of Lena, my wife, slipping quietly into the room. She wasn't alone. A man followed her in. I paused, my thumb hovering over the screen. My breath caught. They moved like shadows through the nursery, whispering, laughing softly. I watched his hand graze her arm near the crib, the place where our daughter slept, and felt a sick twist in my gut. I turned the volume up. "She won't wake up," the man said, his voice low, too familiar. "And he won't know," Lena replied, her laugh a soft betrayal that echoed off the walls. Then, the words that would burn themselves into my mind, "He trusts me too much." They turned, left the room, and the door clicked shut. I stared at the screen, numb. I watched it again, and again. Each time disbelief gave way to fury, heartbreak sharpening like broken glass in my chest. The very device meant to guard our daughter had caught my wife cheating, right there, in the sanctuary of our baby's room. The next morning, Lena stood in the kitchen, sipping her coffee like it was just another day. I walked in, the clip already queued on my phone. I said nothing at first. Just hit play. Her mug trembled in her hands. The color drained from her face. "Who is he?" I asked, my voice cold and unfamiliar to my own ears. She broke. His name was Ryan, a co-worker she'd met at a real estate seminar. It started with long talks during late office hours, and somehow that had turned into this. She said it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything, that she was lonely while I worked nights. But all I could hear was her voice in the recording. Asterisk, "He trusts me too much" star. The days that followed blurred together. I moved into the guest room. Lily's cries in the night were like echoes of everything I was losing. Lena begged for forgiveness, said it was over, that she wanted us, that she was sorry. But every time I closed my eyes, I saw them in that room. I thought about leaving, packing what I could and taking Lily back to the family farm where I grew up, where the air was clean and the past didn't haunt every room. But something kept me here. Maybe it was Lily's tiny hand grasping my finger as she drifted off. Maybe it was the way Lena cried without shame, desperate but quiet, like someone who knew she'd broken something irreplaceable. One evening, while digging through old boxes in the attic, I found our wedding album. Photos of us laughing under strings of backyard lights. Lena's smile radiant, her eyes full of promises. Another page, Lily's first day home. Her wrinkled little face, bundled in a blanket. I sat on the attic floor, the photos scattered around me, memories pressing down like rain-heavy clouds. Weeks passed. We went to counseling. We talked. Not like husband and wife, but like two people standing in the ruins of something beautiful, trying to decide whether it was worth rebuilding. One night, as Lily slept in my arms beneath the soft blue light of her nursery, Lena knelt beside us. Her eyes were red but calm. She didn't speak. She just placed her hand on mine. The baby monitor sat on the shelf, silent now. No more secrets, no more whispers. Just a quiet witness to the fragile beginning of something new. I hadn't forgiven her. Not completely. I didn't know if I ever would. But I hadn't left either. And that choice, heavy as it was, felt like its own kind of truth. Outside, the rain tapped gently against the windows, and Lily stirred in her sleep, her breath slow and peaceful. I looked at Lena, this woman I loved, hated, missed, and doubted, and for a moment, we just stayed there in the silence. Sometimes, the device that breaks your heart doesn't just show you what's been lost. It points you toward what's still left to fight for.